Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the sunshine. We thank you for the wonderful season that we approach as Easter is around the corner. We thank you for all you did. Thank you that we had nothing to do with it, that you overcome all our weaknesses and all our transactions that we do that we don't want to do, because I do what I don't want to do so often. In Jesus' name, we just praise you and glorify you. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Hey. Okay. No one has signed up here to speak publicly. Is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to speak publicly? Hearing none, we will move to number 2, the consent agenda. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve consent agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. We have no payroll change notices.
That is correct, Madam President.
So we'll move on to number 4, minutes and or amended minutes of previous meetings. We have A and B. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve minutes March 11th, 2026 and March 16th, 2026 as presented.
Motion to move the minutes for March 11th, 2026 and March 16th, 2026 as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 5, requisitions, purchase orders, invoices, and we have A, B, and C. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve agenda item 5, A, B, and C
Motion to approve agenda item 5, A, B, and C
as presented.
as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 6, it appears we just have exonerations.
That is correct, Madam President.
What's the pleasure?
Move to approve exonerations as presented.
Motion to approve number 6A, exonerations as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, motion carried. Looks like we have nothing for 7, 8, or 9, or 10. Is that correct?
That is correct, Madam President.
Good. Number 11, review, discuss, consider budget revisions for the following. We have A and B, general county and vital services. What's the pleasure?
Go over those more real quickly.
All of these are within their own budget department, different line item adjustments. So we took, in 401, we're taking money from salary and putting it into the overtime line item. We are taking money from refunds, reimbursements, putting it in dues and subscriptions, and transfer from other funds into the cruiser line item for 401. In 424, we were moving money, adding money to the telephone and taking money away from the building line item. And then in planning, we are taking money out of professional services and putting it into materials and supplies. And then in the garage 717, we're taking money away from maintenance and repair of equipment and also taking money away from oils and tire and putting it in maintenance and repair of auto. Do we have any questions on the general county budget revisions?
The telephone, I'm just gonna say somebody probably needs to, like I've been saying, look into that. I don't know that we can do any better than what we're doing now, but that's.
That was it.
Well,
Telephone should be in 424.
Do all the funds. All landlines, which was their department used for the group. Fund out. For their internet service. But there's
The
that-
routers and everything,
Yeah,
I believe the routers are separate.
so this is just straight telephone business.
These are
Save or bill it all.
correct,
and
my
some things are
understanding.
paid out of rents,
right.
so I think the whole thing needs to be looked at, figure out. Sorry, I'm done.
No,
And like I said, I don't know that we can do any better anywhere else, but it's worth a try. Look around.
we're doing phone over. Internet.
We're doing the voice over IP. We do have a couple copper lines that have to come in. Those are usually for our elevators. So the telephone also covers the listings and the directories that we have to have. Uses them.
Be 2 months to get a staff to give us a breakdown what that dollar amount. What it would do.
You just want an expenditure report for telephone?
Yeah, see what's all included in that. You think we're gonna hit our 235,000? Seems high. There's telephone on scale too.
Well, those are all the 911 lines that are coming in and all the backup ones.
It's still. And phones have got real expensive here, they have to agree with Susan, that's a little. Something we probably should look at early for it. They moved to approve. A, B, and C as presented.
Motion to approve.
It would be 11 A and B.
I'm sorry,
That's wrong.
wrong one.
That's, I'm trying, wait, wait.
11, A and B.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I have to. Overtime, and we're increasing overtime, right? $5,000 for county commission employees.
Yes.
Okay. Still don't get that one 100%. Okay. Motion was made to approve number 11A and B as presented. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, it is now 10:09. And we have a 10:05 proclamation presentation for child abuse prevention.
Commissioner People. Not sure, I think. Anybody that's with.
Go ahead, Ms. Carey. Don't be shy. Okay.
And on sexual assault too. Yeah.
That's kind
Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Susan, I'm turning your mic around. But up here. Yeah.
Hey, if you guys, some of you want to go,
Sergeant Claypool.
we could do that.
All right, Ash.
I'm up here this week.
I don't know about that though. Have everybody? Okay, I think we have everybody now. Whereas child abuse is a complex and ongoing problem in our society, affecting great numbers of children in Harrison County. And whereas every child is entitled to be loved, cared for, nurtured, secure, and free from sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional and verbal abuse, and neglect. And whereas child abuse prevention is a community responsibility, and finding solutions depends on involvement among all people. And whereas Harrison County has dedicated individuals and organizations who work daily to prevent the problem of child abuse and neglect, and to help parents obtain the support they need to raise their children in a safe, nurturing environment. And whereas effective child abuse prevention programs succeed because of partnerships among community members, agencies, schools, religious organizations, law enforcement agencies, and the business community. And whereas local communities are requested to join in demonstrating their commitment to protecting children and to send a clear message that the criminal and sexual victimization of our children will not be tolerated. Now therefore be it resolved that the Harrison County Commission does hereby proclaim the month of April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month. Be it further resolved that Harrison County Commission calls upon all citizens to increase their participation in efforts to prevent child abuse and strengthen the community in which we live by supporting the established framework for a comprehensive strategy to address all forms of child abuse and neglect. Passed by the Harrison County Commission on this day, first day of April 2026.
So I always say it takes a village, and this really shows that it does take a village, because we have Department of Human Services, we have law enforcement from our different entities. We have a representative from the FBI, we have board members, we have CALSA and code. We have, I'm trying to see if we're on this seat, some of our delegate representatives, and of course our staff from the Rose Haven Child Advocacy Center. But I wanted to take recognition for someone I didn't mention. So we always give our resolution to one person, and so we are giving it to Tammy Hantner. Sure. Tammy is part of our multidisciplinary investigation team. She's one of our trauma-focused cognitive behavior therapists, and I'm always talking about it has proven to work. It has proven to make children survivors. It has proven to help them through the court system and through life. And she has been a rock star for all of us through the years. She's helping train younger generations now. And she has just been a really important part of our team that we cannot say thank you enough. And I also forgot United Way is here or something. But thank you, Tammy, for everything you do for us. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners.
Thank you all for what you do. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Chris is running my face with your month. Oh, no.
Okay.
Where do you want it? Oh, in third year.
What are you gonna do? Where were you hiding? Were you hiding in there somewhere? So you were hiding pretty good. I didn't see you. See you there. Take care.
How are you? How's your dog now? Good.
Next we have, are there anybody in here for the proclamation for the vote of the young child?
Yes.
Happy Easter.
You too. We're much smaller.
Who wants this? Yep. Okay, whereas the first years of a child's life are the period of the most rapid brain development and lay the foundation for all future learning. And whereas 66% of children in our state have all parents in the workforce. And whereas high-quality early childhood programs provide important benefits to children, families, and our state and national economies. And whereas children's cognitive, physical, social, and emotional, and language and literacy development are built on a foundation of children's positive interactions with adults, peers, and their environment. And whereas high-quality early childhood education depends on well-prepared early childhood educators who ensure that children supported by families have the early experiences they need for a strong foundation. And whereas early childhood educators need professional wages and are I knew I'd do this, okay. I knew it, okay. Yeah, somebody say that.
I can't see where you're at.
I'm right there.
Commensurate.
I had it when I read it before. With the education skills and responsibilities they bring to the complex and valuable work they do. Whereas young children need skilled, educated, caring, and consistent professionals, as well as developmentally appropriate and accessible early care and education settings. And whereas working families need an early childhood education system that allows them to choose quality child care programs that best meet their needs. And whereas 64% of people are living in a child care desert. And now therefore be it resolved that the Harrison County Commission does hereby proclaim the week of April 11th, 17th, 2026, the week of the young child. Be it further resolved that the Harrison County Commission recognizes that high quality early childhood education provided in a mixed delivery system is a public good and should be financed as such. It is passed this April 1st, 2026 by the Harrison County Commission. And sorry, I messed it up.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. You'd like to say?
Christy, right? Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, we're a much smaller group, but that's only because childcare providers have a hard time getting away to attend things like this, and we.
Thank you. That's what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Hello.
Oh, no, thank you.
Come on.
What to me?
Hey, where?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Sorry, thank you. We sat for support for years because there were so many people. I know, always fun. I know, we were here, we're here.
Coming up, Tim? Whereas April marks Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Now, how do you say that?
Well, it just stands
Sam.
for.
Yeah, you can say
Okay, I
it.
just wanted, I didn't
You can
know,
say it.
because down here, that's all.
Sam.
Okay.
Gotcha. A time to honor 25 years of progress and recommit to creating safer communities for all. This year's theme, 25 years strong, looking back, moving forward, celebrates the resilience of survivors and the communities that have worked for change. Whereas for 25 years, SAM has supported survivors, raised awareness, and inspired action to prevent sexual assault, abuse, and harassment. As we reflect on how far we have come, we also recognize the work that lies ahead. Whereas prevention starts with all of us. It is in how we support one another, practice consent, and create spaces rooted in care and respect. When we act with intention, we move closer to a future free from violence. Whereas we honor the survivors who have shared their stories and the advocates who have led the way. Their courage reminds us that prevention is possible and that each of us has a role to play. Whereas, as we look to the next 25 years, we renew our commitment to building a future free from sexual violence. Together, we can continue to strengthen prevention, support healing, and create communities where everyone feels safe and valued. Whereas statistics show that most women and men who experience contact sexual violence reported that the person who harmed them was someone they knew. Over 53% of women and over 29% of men reported experiencing contact sexual violence. Whereas 25 years strong, every voice matters, every action counts. By standing in solidarity, we can build a future free from sexual violence and create a world where everyone is safe, valued, and respected. Now therefore be it resolved, the Harrison County Commission does hereby proclaim April 1st through April 30th, 2026 as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Be it further resolved that the Harrison County Commission commended this observance to all citizens within Harrison County, passed by the County Commission of Harrison County, West Virginia, this first day of April, 2026.
I would just like to say, we do thank you for your support. Like Patty says, it really does take a village. If you know anyone that would need our services, please, send them our way or at least recommend them to us. That's where, we just have to have that support from everybody.
I just have ribbons for anybody who wants some.
Oh, Teal Day is April the 7th. And that's just to show your support for survivors. And then April 29th is Denim Day. And that's again, if you wear denim, and want to take pictures and put them on our Facebook page, that's again to show support. I think that's it. Melanie, you want to say anything?
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, in 1020, we have a special funding request from the Clarksburg History Museum requesting $1,500 towards funding the Liberty Market expenses.
Good morning. I'm Marcia Villianco with the Clarksburg History Museum and First Fridays. This is the second year for the Liberty Market. Last year, we sort of threw it together 3 weeks before the actual date. This year, we've got a lot more planning and things going on with it. The Armory's going to be there. We're going to have some military vehicles. I'm not sure what all. The VFW's Honor Guard's going to be there to do their thing. We've also got a hot dog eating contest. Last year we had over 70 vendors. We're hoping for that many or more. We're going to be located down at the Freedom Shelter across from the swimming pool, which is a bigger area, a lot more parking. We won't, interfere with the actual concert that's up on top of the hill. And we need some funds to put the whole entire event on. Lots of things we're planning on doing. Any questions?
No. We enjoyed it last year.
It was nice last year. We hope for it to be better this year.
Motion to allocate $1,500 to the Liberty Market.
Motion to allocate $1,500, I want to say to the Clarksburg History Museum for the Liberty Market. Is that okay?
Please.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
Thank you.
Marcia.
Yes. And at 10:25, we have a special funding request for the town of West Milford requesting $3,000 towards funding their old mill float, the Fork Festival, and I understand Mr. Barnhart is on Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
Jeff, are you on Zoom?
Hello?
There he is. Hello?
I couldn't get off the unmute here for a moment, but yes, so we're back this year with the Float the Fork and the Old Mill Festival for May 29th and the 30th. And we're just asking again for some financial assistance with the festival.
So what's the pleasure for the funding request?
Motion to allocate $3,000 towards the Old Mill Float at Fork Festival.
Motion to allocate the $3,000 for the Old Mill Float, the Fork Festival. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you all. I just want to let you know too, Kim and I have been in talks and we got things worked out, I think. So it'll be a great thing.
Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Right.
Okay. Thank you much. Okay, number 12 is review, discuss, consider budget revisions for the prosecuting attorney's office for fiscal year 2025-2026.
Move to approve budget revisions from prosecutor's office for 25-26 as presented.
Motion to approve the budget revisions for the prosecuting attorney's office for the fiscal year 25-26 as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 13, review, discuss, consider placement of animal control.
Madam President, it was requested that this agenda item be put on. In the agenda packets, we actually have printed out some maps that CEC drew up for us of the about 19 Ellis property to help with the visual.
Laura, is anybody here from CEC? We're on Zoom?
No, sir.
No? Okay. The reason I asked for this to be on the agenda is because I think that if we could go ahead and get this project started, then possibly in 2027, we could actually have open doors at this facility. And I've expressed that what I've learned is that, you know, people are greatly passionate about this. They're very excited about this. And the employees that we have there are very passionate and excited about it. We bought this property for $500,000 to build the animal control facility there and the youth complex. We have the opportunity to go ahead and start the animal control facility, and then around this property with the 40 acres, then to go ahead and get rid of vegetation, move dirt, and facilitate the property as we so choose. Today, my goal is to make the motion to go ahead and allow this project to start and give the administrator the opportunity to do that. I think the best place to put it, of course, is where the drive-in. I've said that in the past because the utilities are there. I understand it's close to the road, but it's no closer to the road than right now we are to a creek that we can't cross sometimes over the past 20 years. So I'm looking at it differently than we are. I do believe we all three want this to happen, and I think we just need to make it happen today. I think every meeting that we wait, we lose another 2 weeks, and every 2 weeks we lose time. So, you know, I see the graph, and I've talked before the meeting, you know, which one of these pieces of these three locations could we start immediately? And the answer to that is none, from what I understand. But yet we know we can start where the drive-in's at. Is it a perfect spot? Maybe not. But would it be a perfect facility for what we want it for? 100%. And that's for us to take care of animals as well as provide a service that a great number of people are greatly passionate about. So I'm interested in what the two of you have to think and where it should go. I know where it can go and start now. Question is do we want it to start now? If we don't start it now, the one thing I know is we're going to back this up another year. We don't start now, we're looking at 2027. We don't start now, we're looking at 2028. Years are passing and we're not honoring something that we have prepared for. So I'm open to discussion and I'm flexible on where it goes, but we do know where it can go and start immediately.
Well, I want it done. I'm like you, Patsy, but you know that I don't think the drive-in parking lot is the best spot. I think right now it gets utilized for something that the area wants. And I hate to see them lose that.
I agree with you, Madam President, but whenever did we buy this $500,000 piece of property for that intention? We bought that $500,000 piece of property to build an animal control facility that we've diligently saved for, put money away for, and to build it with a great passion. I understand what you're saying and I agree, but there's 40 acres here to develop. This was purchased with taxpayers' money with the idea that we will build an animal control facility. Nobody ever said flea market when we bought this. We talked about animal control and youth complex. We've spoken to animal control people. We've spoken to agriculture people. That's why we spent this money, $500,000. Now we can shift gears and you have your right to do that and I respect it. At the same time, you have to respect my wishes to know that we can have everything we want on 40 acres in time. But what we have a need for right now, and a passion for, is the animal control facility. And we can get started. It won't start, Lord knows if we start today, we're still, you know, we're still gonna have our season this summer. We can prepare for next summer. Wanted to cut down the vegetation this year. Administrator told me we couldn't do that because we had to apply for an application even to drop the trees before the end of March. Because of bats. I was told differently. I was told we could have dropped the trees and then hauled them away after the April 1st deadline because they were already dropped. I've been told that by the DEP people that are working now in the county. I just want you guys to be flexible and not flexible, but honor what we've said we would do. I think if we take our opinions out of this as a commission and we just do what we told people we would do, I think the citizens will be happy no matter where it's at. I think the employees will be happy no matter where I'm at. And I think it'll be a facility that serves not only us, but North Central West Virginia as we transfer dogs and animals to try to facilitate them to find an owner and a foster home and a permanent home. So if we want to postpone it, pick another location on the facility, but let's get the ball moving. But if you're looking at 2028, a lot can happen in 2 years and a lot more expense. Anywhere you put that except up front is a whole bunch more expense because then you're routing utilities and we know what utilities do to a project. So the best spot for it, in my opinion, cost savings and necessity is the front. But that's your call. I need, you know.
No, it's our,
It is your.
but I respectfully disagree with the reason for buying the property. I do think we did discuss the flea market and we discussed, the drive-in. Not that any of that, I know the flea market is there, not that the rest of it will happen. That's my only, I just want to say that respectively. And I feel it should be somewhere else on the property.
And where else on the property can it start?
That's what we're going through the processes to find out. And there would probably have to be some testing done on the front, whether or not, and maybe I'm wrong.
I believe that's what we were told last meeting.
Did somebody come to look at the property? Whoever was it, I can't keep them straight.
McKinley that day did look both properties a couple weeks ago. That's what you mean.
Who was supposed to come look at the back side of the property?
Oh, Army Corps, they did show
They
up.
did,
and-
okay.
Yes, they,
And have they filed anything?
I think that they're working on their report. We don't have anything back yet, but they did come.
It's 2-3 months out.
I understand that. And I always, if we rush something, I think we can, not, again, I'm just. this is
You know
my-
where I'm going with that, because it hasn't been rushed. It's been a long, a decade.
Well, I guarantee you, we don't rush anything. I mean, never mind, that's not what I'm saying. That's the
Pretty-
wrong comment. And I agree that we need one desperately, but we've needed one desperately for quite some time. I'm thankful we're this far, and I think we can move on. It may take a few months to do it somewhere else, but that's just, and again, it's my feelings, it's not my opinion. My opinion.
Susan, where do you want to place it on the property?
Well, I'm waiting for somebody to add towards the back somewhere.
I mean, we have 3 draft site in front of it. Draft 1, 3, and 5, the CEC did.
Okay, David, I'm not an engineer.
But
And
I can answer.
I understand the numbers. I've got 1, 2, and 3. I got that.
Yeah.
But again, okay, if you can tell me what it says, tell me what it says.
On your number 1, CEC went in and looked, but it would take the least dirt movement to give you paths, and they were able to come up with 3 and not affect any of the Corps engineer potential issues. So if you look at your existing pad, that's what they call 1A. And above that, they call that pad 1, which is 3.7 acres. Then it takes 17,000 cubic yards of dirt that has to be cut out of the hill. As you swing on up, you'll see that pad goes, there's an elevation change of 10 feet between pads to get that 4 acres basically. Then there's a road that takes you back to pad 3, which is 5.8 acres or 23,000 cubic yards to do. And then there's a road that goes from there back to the highway. So pad 3 is big enough for your animal control building and storing cows, horses, whatever. The other pad they were able to design is pad 2, which is clear at the bottom, which is only 2.7 acres, 10,000 cubic yards. Basically, we would enter it through the existing theater. So you would cut down 2.7 acres. And they would push a road, if you'll see it, comes right along the property line back out. So that's something that can happen. I did calculate last night, it's about between 70 and 80,000 cubic yards of dirt that have to be moved. Right now, I'd say dirt moving's running between $6 and $7 a cubic yard. So if you're looking at, I'll just round out $600,000 to move the dirt. And that still does not count get utilities back to your corner, building your roads. And no spot really for any sizable for livestock. Because 3 acre and the other's a multi-layered 4 acre spot. So that's one. 3, they came back and looked at the same land. And they could make one pad 29.5 acres. And move 335,000 cubic yards. So, Laura, I don't have my calculator handy, but 335,000 by, we'll just call it 7. It's 2 point some million.
I'm sorry, what was that number again?
335,000 times 7.
2.3.
So it's 2.3 million to make that flat, and then you still have utilities. But then you have one flat that you guys can go build whatever you want on 30 acres of land. That's big. Last one. Who try to help with the cost of moving dirt. They came back with 2 pads, pad 1 and a pad 2. And in between those pads, it is there's a 40-foot height difference between pads. So the pad to the right, as you're looking at it, would be 40 feet below the pad in the front. And then you also see the way the lines are. It'll be a hillside facing the existing pad. In this proposal, you move 190,000 cubic yards. So
Times 7.
I'm
Times 7?
Yeah.
1.3.
So it's a considerable price difference. Best use of the land and to keep costs down would probably be 5. 3 would be wonderful if we had excess cash to just have a very big wall to paint on. And in none of those numbers, there is anything considering utilities or sewer, water, electric, gas, because one of the things we can do the animal control, there's probably enough utilities there, but if you're going to develop the rest of the property, I think we're going to have to get upgrade the sewer system, put in a new sewage treatment pump to handle it, and upsize the water capability either through pump system so that you can run a fire system in a bigger building.
Hey,
So
where is that for?
that would be for whatever you build there, just for future. If we're going through it right now at the airport, we're meeting next week. We have a 6-inch water line. We have 40 acres to develop, and it's not enough to. So we're going to have to upgrade to a 12-inch line. So you got 1, 3, and 5 are what they came back with. And 1's your cheapest, but it gives you the least flat acres.
Well, I know you want it all flattened. I don't necessarily.
I-
I'm speaking for myself.
I like 5 because of the cost difference.
At the same time, remember in 2022, the reason we didn't build this on 279 was because we didn't want to pay the cost for utilities. So here we are again, though, driving up the price of this project because we're moving utilities because we can't be content on having.
Well, the utilities are out there at the road path, so you just have to put in pumps and normally your sewer, when they do those pump stations, aren't big enough to handle what you want to give them. Right now at the airport, we've upsized one or processed, we're gonna have to place another pump station in. So those are just all incidental costs as far as trying to develop property for people to use.
Again, David, the reason we didn't use the other site on land we own was because of the utilities.
There is no utilities on that side of 279. You do have utilities to connect.
But at the same time, David, to save a minimum, at least $1 million, we could build it right now where the projection screen was, start right there, make it the center. Be back off the road, have the buffer where the old drive-in was, drive-in restaurant was, and we can start. I'm just saying, we don't have to spend $1 million to put it where we want it. We can save $1 million and start it and put it where it can go and everybody can be happy. Once it's built, everybody's gonna be happy because everybody wants this.
Patsy, would you consider if, let's just say we do look at where the theater area was and you went, as you look at the theater, left or right of the theater, not center?
Sure.
And-
I mean, one of these other packs, is that what you're?
No. I'm gonna ask that if you guys will let CEC look, you put the footprint down, what that does to what we want to come up with the final of it. 2 elevated pads or 3 elevated pads, place usage, and see how it affects the full development. Shouldn't be hard for them. Because you're talking about a 3 or 4 acre square you want to designate for animal control, correct? That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I see what you're saying, because in the back where we parked our cars, this facility could go and you're way back off the road, so that makes Susan happy.
That's what I'm saying.
You can shove it back if you look at where
Yeah.
the screen is straight above.
Mhm.
The only issue is there is a stream that's under designation there. And I know it doesn't show up on these, but it does on the environmental map. So you could squeeze that way. You could come back down and potentially we could ask CEC below and to the right of the screen. If you'll look, they originally were going to put on your number 1. They were gonna put a 3 acre pad there by the screen. Right here.
But we could have, but that's what I talked to you, Madam Administrator, about getting that vegetation tore down, remember? So that way, if we got a price for that, we could have cut that down and still had the flea market and began the process of building this. Guys,
But my question though still,
Well,
Patsy, is if we
Wasn't
have them
ready.
look at that
no,
3
just
acre
where you
pad.
are.
This one, see,
Mm-hmm,
right here,
mm-hmm.
for your animal control, what does that do to? How bad does it mess this design up? Come in here and cut this out.
That's what you're gonna find out.
That's what I'd like to know. And I think they can do it pretty quickly.
Mark?
Special meeting. You wanna have a special meeting on Friday? I mean, I don't think this is a big deal for CEC to.
I don't think we need a special meeting because it's an agenda item. We can march on anything we want, but what David, I see what you're saying, David, right here, and I like that. But at the same time, you could start building the facility right where the cars were when during the drive-in season. Get this down and then make that your parking lot and your road in. Then you can have all this front like Susan wants to protect it from the road. Even though the restaurant never had a problem with the road, but
Just keeps animals back further, Patsy, it gives you a pad back there that when I look at the core, we bumped it out. Right here's the core drawing. So that lower side down by the screen and bringing in an entrance behind the screen up to it. Just probably makes more sense. That way you don't have any traffic or anything else.
It makes more sense for you, David. It doesn't make more sense for the project. Again, this is about the commission, not about the citizens. The citizens want it built. We can start now. You and your idea is great, but all it does is waste more time, just like not building the bridges on the rail trail. It slows everything down and everything we're working on the rail trail, because we're gonna get the property on the rail trail and not have the bridges that I made the motion to build a year ago. So here we go again. This is always us. It's never about Harrison County. It's about the three of us.
This commission has committed in the last 4 months, close to $5 million plus dollars to rail trails. I'm a little offended that you don't think that this commission's taking care of rail trails.
You know, we took care of what
I mean, we know to go from Northview to Spelter's close to $4 million. I don't see in our accounting where we have $4 million in cash. And then we're gonna buy United,
well, listen, I agree
and
with
that's
you.
probably another 2 or 3 million, so I just don't know where that money's coming from.
Then I'll make the motion today to go ahead and make the motion that we design and build what's already designed. It just is to be retooled to build the animal control facility on the site right behind where the projection screen was. And to go ahead and then do what you want to do by clearing the vegetation out on the right, to use that property for whatever we want to, from parking to whatever. Because that can be the road to get up behind for the youth complex, which I don't think will ever be built at the pace we go, in my lifetime anyway. So we have a chance to start, or we have a chance not to start. That's the decision. The motion on the floor today is going to be to go ahead and begin the project on the site right behind where the projection screen was, where there's facilities to connect to and utilities to go, and land that's flat and dirt doesn't have to be moved. And will save us $1 million.
Okay, the motion is to move forward with building the animal control shelter behind the current screen, projection building. Is that correct?
I'd like to make a motion that we use figure 1 from CEC. Proposed pad number 2, which is 2.7 acres, have them look at how that affects development of the rest of the land, so that we will have the ability to build future items and place the animal control off to the side and I'll be right in the middle of everything.
Okay, so the first motion that I already stated, and your motion is to, but I'm gonna vote on the first motion. Okay, right?
Yeah,
Make sure I don't mess this up.
mine's
You will.
to have,
Okay.
have CEC look at placing it on their draft, page 1,
Right, okay.
pad 2.
Now, my question on the first motion, is there's an area that's doesn't appear to be in either one of these pads. Are you wanting it right here on the parking or on the, right here?
Right behind the little blue building.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
That way no dirt has to be moved and the utilities are connected.
okay. Okay,
Susan, I gotta tell you, this is 800. So let's call it 20,000 cubic yards. So we're talking 20,000, $140,000 worth of dirt maybe to flatten this out. The utilities right there. So, and I think it lets you still keep these big pads here for fair and or livestock and whatever else this commission in the future wants to do.
Okay, so the motion on the floor is Mr. Treecost motion to move forward with it behind, directly behind the projection screen room, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? No. Okay. Now, the second motion is to go back to CEC to take in a little bit more area on pad 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And to develop it and to build it there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
to build it there. That's
Yes.
what I want to hear today. We are going to make a motion to build this facility. The
I'm
wheels,
fine.
the wheels are moving.
Patsy, I'm fine with amending my motion that that's what we'll.
But the wheels are moving today, Madam Administrator. You have work to do. Work to do.
okay. Okay. So the motion is to go with pad 2, go back to CEC to massage that a little bit towards whatever direction, see a direction north.
We can get it up 3.5, 4 acres.
To
Get
get
it
a
in
few
the-
more acres to build the animal control shelter.
Yes, ma'am.
And sooner rather than later, get this moving. Sorry.
Well, I can,
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion carried. Are we done yet? Is it? See, we're drawing back. Okay, sorry. Okay. Number 14.
To clear, I'm sorry, but it's actually, we're not waiting on drawing from CC. The drawing is from Schilling and Associates, right?
no,
No, so
No,
McKinley.
we got
has the
McKinley.
design.
McKinley, that's what I meant. Schilling, dear God, I'm brain dead. McKinley.
you really had me worried there for a minute.
I had myself worried, yeah.
So,
Don't never speak that name again in Bill.
McKinley has the design of the animal control facility. CEC has the design of the layout of the land for the pads.
They need to start communicating.
They
They
do,
do.
Do they?
Absolutely do.
Do
Yes.
they?
they do.
Okay.
I believe it when I see it. All right, let's go. Let's roll.
Okay. Okay, number 14, review, discuss, consider placement of livestock youth barn complex.
We will, that's on hold, Madam President.
Okay. Okay.
No action to be taken.
So no action to be taken on 14. Number 15, review, discuss, consider status of West Virginia DED litigation, potential executive session pursuant to attorney-client privilege. Do we want to take a couple more and come back?
No, let's just roll. I'm sure something we know, I mean, what? Let's go.
Do you want to go in executive session?
No, I don't.
Songs that.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing on, we're gonna move on and come back, correct? Is that all right? You? Okay. Number 16, do we have anything to discuss on the rail trip?
I have a rail trail update, and that is that Mr. Biller sent to the state all the design plans for the bridge last week. So those were submitted. Michelle reached out to Kylena. She said that she believes that she has everything that she needs so that the state can have those plans, get ready to put it out to bid for a North Bend connector bridge.
And that bid's looking that they're gonna try to have it in by August.
The bid itself has to be out for 3 months, so
Yes. And one other note that when Chad did this originally, I think we talked more about the bridge, but Patsy, just to give you a heads up, everything trailhead, everything that has to do with that bridge all the way over to Route 19
Mhm.
is included in the bid documents.
The trailhead. is
Parking,
included.
trailhead, everything's there. It's gonna be a big project. And, the sooner we can find out, because I know we don't, we haven't budgeted enough money for it. So that's gonna take more capital, the way that the bridge was originally looked like from Thrasher was crossing with just one peer to peer, and now there's 4 peers that are gonna put it around, so there's a lot of work.
Can't wait to see that, Rich David.
Don't care how.
You can look at it on drawing.
No, I can't wait to walk across it, which I don't think I will. I'm telling you, I've been down this road before.
Well, state has it,
Stay. That's why I wanted to take them out of it.
couldn't, and keep the grant money. So,
Okay, is there anything further on 16? Okay, hearing none, moving on to 17. Review, discuss, consider tax office update, executive session to consider matters involving or affecting the purchase, sale, or lease of property, advanced construction planning, the investment of public funds, or other matters involving commercial competition, which, if made public, might adversely affect the financial or other interest of the state or any political subdivision.
This would be an update like we had last week with the sheriff's, and his tax department in executive session.
motion to go into executive session.
Motion to go into executive session, and who goes in this executive?
3 commissioners, Trey, Laura, Sheriff, Jim.
With those mentioned, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Time to 17, correct?
That is correct.
Now I think we will go back up to number 15. Review, discuss, consider status of WVDED litigation, potential executive session pursuant to attorney-client privilege.
Motion to go into executive session, 3 commissioners, Laura and Trey,
And Mr. Amon on
and
the
Mr. Ava.
Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Come out of executive session, back in regular session.
Motion to come out of executive session back into regular session. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Let the minutes reflect that I believe Mr. Treecost has left the building.
We were out for item 15.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to table item 15 until the next meeting.
Okay.
Parties can be.
Can the affidavit wait? Okay, well, okay. Motion to table number 15. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 18, review, discuss, consider a resolution authorizing the application for funds from the fiscal year 2026 West Virginia Community Corrections Fund for the Harrison County Community Corrections Program.
Yeah, that's a grant evident we've had for a number of years. It helps fund 4 counseling positions within community corrections.
What's a pleasure?
Move to approve resolution,
And affix the signature.
fix the proper signatures.
Motion to approve the resolution and affix the appropriate signatures. All in favor, or is there any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Review, discuss, consider a resolution authorizing the application for funds from the West Virginia Justice Reinvestment Initiative Treatment Supervision Grant Program.
Yes, that's also with community corrections. They've had that grant for 12 previous years. It helps fund 2 community engagement specialists and 1 peer recovery coach.
It's a pleasure on 19.
Move to approve agenda item 19, fix appropriate signatures.
Motion to approve agenda item number 19 and affix the appropriate signatures. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 20, review, discuss, consider a resolution authorizing the application for funds from Petco Health and Wellness Company, Inc. on behalf of the Harrison County Animal Control.
Yeah, this is actually not a monetary grant. It will provide the animal control with up to 1,000 vaccines valued at almost $10,000. That will not be a monetary award.
What's the pleasure?
Move to approve agenda item 20 as presented, fix appropriate signatures.
Motion to approve agenda item number 20 as presented and affix the appropriate signatures. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None motion carried. Number 21, review, discuss, consider a resolution authorizing the filing of the application for funds from Walmart Inc. Spark Good Local Grant Program for Harrison County Parks and Recreation.
This will help fund the Parks and Rec Friday and Saturday evening movie nights they'll have throughout the summer. Part-time staff, materials, and food, please.
How much is it?
$5,000 maximum.
What's the pleasure on number 21?
Move to approve agenda item 21 as presented and fix appropriate signatures.
Motion to approve agenda item 21 as presented and affix the appropriate signatures. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 22, review, discuss, consider a resolution authorizing the filing of the application for funds to Kroger Company Foundation for Harrison County Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, this is a maximum $3,000 grant. Parks and Rec plans on having Friday Fun Day, which is a half-day day camp, free one for kids ages 6 to 12. This will rotate between the county parks. Again, it'll provide funding for part-time staff, materials, programs, food.
Move to approve agenda item 22 as presented and fix appropriate signatures.
Motion to approve agenda item 22 as presented and affix the appropriate signature. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 23, review, discuss, consider travel requests for the following 911 employees to go to Jackson County SO Training Center, Ripley, West Virginia on May 4th through the 5th, 2026 for a suicide callers training class. And the two employees, A and B. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve agenda item 23 for A and B as presented.
Motion to approve agenda item 23A and B as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 24, administration reports.
A few things I have, Madam President, is bookkeeping has forwarded our budget to the newspaper to be printed. So far, everything looks good. It'll be printed for a couple weeks in the newspaper. The third Tuesday in April will be the laying of the levy rates. And we'll have that meeting at 10 a.m. May 16th, Ace Hardware in Shinston is having a 10-year celebration at 10 a.m. and is inviting us to attend. Everyone is welcome. The single audit has been submitted to the federal government. That was due yesterday because we received over $750,000 in grant funds. We are required to do a single audit now. And today is actually National Walking Day. And Parks and Rec will be meeting at the VA Trailhead at 5 p.m. They'll take part in a simple 30-minute walk to support healthier communities across West Virginia. So everyone's welcome to attend and join them or get out and walk yourself on this National Walking Day. And that is all I have, Madam President.
Yep, we can do that. Commissioner Hinkle?
No, ma'am.
I have nothing. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So